I think it was his cousin, a guy named Vasquez. We took a half a brick and I hid it in Joe's garage.
Yo, Sarge. Yeah, we got a problem. She's not.
You move, you die. You hear me?
Lucius, you got another visitor in room A. Come on, Q. It's been 14 months, man. It's time to get back out there, man.
Maybe you're right.
I know I'm right.
Don't you move! Don't you move! Hands up!
I see something very interesting, but it's not on the menu.
Can you sing the famous jingle? United Auto Insurance wants to know. Enter for your chance to win a share of $25,000. For complete rules, visit United Auto Insurance on Facebook.
Hey, welcome back to another dope episode of On the Scene. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight, you guys, on our triple session tonight. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Without further ado, we have my homeboy, Chicago's own, aka Mr. Chicago, author, motivational speaker, actor, life coach, Simeon Henderson. Yeah, what's up?
Chillin', what's going on, Maubra?
How are you?
Man, I'm dope. I feel good. Life is good.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the midst of a lot of things that's going on, I always try to find a reason to smile.
There you go.
And, you know, my family makes me smile, but the kids I work with make me smile. Being on set makes me smile, and doing stuff like this makes me smile.
Yes, and it's a pleasure to have you. You guys, I've been trying to get Simbo on for how long?
Long time.
You know, he's just so busy being a superstar, y'all. So
I just work.
Finally was able to get him on, so it's great to have you. How's your Friday going so far?
Man, it's cool. I've been working. I've been going since about 5 this morning, and it's, you know, the grind don't stop, and I'll be right back at it. One of my buddies was like, Simeon don't sleep. And I'm like,
exactly, he's always doing something.
I take naps.
Okay. So, what's going on? First of all, let before we even do that, let's for people who don't know, which you guys should already know who Simbo is, tell us a little bit about Simeon Henderson.
Well, my cousin Mickey, he can attest to this. What's up, Mickey?
Hey, Mickey.
I'm just a kid from the west side of Chicago, born in what was called the Village, and down on Roosevelt Road. And I grew up, man. It was kind of tough. Went through a lot. I couldn't read till I was like in the 6th grade. People always told me what I couldn't do, what I couldn't be, and I decided not to let somebody's opinion become my reality.
There you go.
And my mom encouraged me. I had uncles, and when my dad, you know, got killed at an early age, and I had mentors and people that really looked out for me, and sports was my outlet.
Okay.
And I'll never forget, I'll just tell you this quick story. The first time, I never thought I would be a speaker or a motivational speaker or a life coach or even an actor. The first time I had to speak was at my 8th grade graduation.
Okay.
And when I say I was terrified, I was terrified. And my dad was still alive at the time, and he told me, he said, Simi, he said, just go up there. He said, step to the podium, look at the people, and smile, and deliver. And when you're done, smile again and say thank you. That right there changed everything for me. And it was about confidence. And I knew I had confidence. I was an athlete. I wasn't that smart, but I was a good athlete. And that pushed me. And I used that to push me academically, and I went from not being able to read to learning how to read, and now I have a master's degree. I've written a few books, and written a few books, so people know you can do whatever it is. Know you can do whatever it is that you put your mind to.
Yeah.
And and now I teach people. I do seminars and workshops, and I'm just encouraging people to be their best. I went from being illiterate to having my own word with its own meaning and definition. Be symbolic.
Yep.
Symbolic is spelled with an I because of Simeon, symbol, the symbolism, simply your best. Because when you're deeply rooted, it stimulates growth. In order for you to be your best, you have to be selfish. People think being selfish is a bad thing. It's not. If you can't love self, if you can't do for self, if you can't push self, if you can't motivate self, how can you do it for anybody else?
There you go. Gems right there, mic drop.
That's who I am.
You know what? Cheers to that. We cheers to that right there.
Thank you.
Yes.
She gave me some good purified water in a wine glass.
That's amazing. It's amazing. So, how did you jump in? What did you do first? Did the motivational speaking come first, then the acting? What came first?
Well, the motivational speaking was always there.
Okay.
Because even as a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
I started doing camps and working with people my age and younger.
Okay.
So that was always there. I always wanted to see people win.
Okay.
And I always wanted to help people. So I've always been like that. I got that from my mom.
Okay.
And my brothers are like that. And my two brothers, Jacob and Dan, and my sister, Shara, they're all educators. Everybody's educators. My mom was an educator.
Okay.
My grandma was an educator. Her mom was an educator.
Okay.
And so the motivational, that was always there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
So when my mom moved me from the city
Mm-hmm.
to Streamwood,
Okay.
which was a shell shock,
Mm-hmm.
and I just knew it didn't matter if I was around all white people. I still had to be my best.
That's
I had to show people who I was,
Mhm.
not what the perception of what they thought we were was.
There you go.
And I always went on that motivational and that educational tour. But I started there,
Mhm.
but then coming out of college, I never thought I was going to graduate, and I ended up graduating. A senior of the year finalist,
Mhm.
and went back. Then had the nerve to go get a master's degree
Mhm.
and do the accelerated program, like
Okay.
because it sounded good to be done fast. I'm like, oh, I can get this degree in 12 months. I'm home.
Right.
And when I started, I'm like, oh my God, I'm in class 5 days a week for 6 hours, 7 hours. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh wow. But I got through it
Right.
because of my perseverance. And but then coming out of college, I played a little pro football, and I kept getting hurt. And then I started doing some modeling, and that was because of the circles I was in,
Okay.
and I was always just me.
Mhm.
And some guy told me, I'll never forget, Stephen Patterson. He was like, "Man, you would be cool to host my show. I love your personality." And I was like, "Nigga, you ain't got no show." Like, I'm just being real, y'all. I'm being real.
Uh-huh.
But he really did it. And even though it was on Can TV and a show, I started doing the show on Can TV.
Mhm.
People were watching,
Mhm.
and people would call in and ask me to host events.
Oh wow.
And I was like, what is going on?
Okay.
And from there, I took classes at Second City.
Mm-hmm. Shut up.
My first class, my instructor said, "You've never done this before?" I was like, "No." He's like, "You don't have to lie. Nobody's here with you. You've never done this before." I said, "I've never done it before."
Uh-huh.
And he introduced me to his agent, which
Uh-huh.
became my agent, and I had an agent ever since. But let's go back.
Uh-huh.
Sharon King, one of the top casting directors out of Chicago.
Okay.
I went to audition for Barbershop the movie. Had no resume, had no experience.
Uh-huh.
My good friend David Shanks, that was in the police academy with me, knew I wanted to do acting. He said, just go in there, go in character. He helped me. I went in character as Eldridge Cleavers, a Black Panther, killed the audition.
There you go.
Sharon King looked at me and said, "Where did you come from?" And I didn't know how to take that
Uh-huh.
because I didn't know her at the time.
Right.
And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You have raw talent,
Mm-hmm. That natural talent.
but you don't have a resume and nothing like that." She goes, "Here's what I want you to do. I want you to sign up for classes."
Mm-hmm.
I was signed up the next week, but here's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I didn't get a role, they called me to be a stand-in. So I got to work on the project.
There you go.
So from there, I just started building, and
Right.
and I knew it was, and I started booking plays. And
Mhm.
I booked my first national commercial. I went to LA and got it. That's a whole nother story.
Uh-huh.
But long story, a little shorter,
Mhm.
is that I was hell bent on winning.
Mhm.
Just like I was as a kid
Mhm.
when I didn't want anybody to call me a dumb jock or
Mhm.
think I was dumb.
Mhm.
I wanted to work hard.
Right.
You know how guys, y'all, the ladies in here, remember when the boys would try to impress with the girls?
Uh-huh.
So when I was growing up, girls would be impressed if you could read.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had a teacher, Miss Farley, that was teaching me how to read by memorization.
Okay.
I learned like 3 sentences.
Uh-huh.
I went ahead. And when it was time to get to that paragraph, I raised my hand real fast.
Mm-hmm.
And she picked me to read. And so I read the 3 sentences that I remembered.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, she's like, "Good job. Keep going." I was like, "Oh, I'm straight. I'm good." I'm good. Because Maria was the girl name that I had a crush on, saw me read, and she smiled, and I was good.
And then you.
So, yeah, but it's just, But that whole thing about the motivation and all of that, it was always in me. And even when I was playing, I was a captain. You got to motivate your teammates and be there. I coach right now. I got to motivate them. I'm a life coach. So it's all about, for me, giving back and just doing the best I can. What's going on, Corey Hendricks?
Hey,
brother, what's
Corey.
Up? Corey Hendricks, guys, one of the coldest actors in Chicago.
Shout out to Corey.
Hands down. My brother be doing his thing. Corey Hendricks, go check him out. Super dope. And he's on the new show, The Bear.
Okay. Shout out all these dope Chicago talents.
But
What up,
let me
Corey?
say this. Guys watching this is a dope sister. This is a dope sister. And don't turn that off before you get this. This is a dope sister. This lady has been grinding. She's been working. She's been doing her thing. You already know, Corey. She's been doing her thing. And I just want to tell you that I appreciate what you do and your platform and being consistent. And people don't understand. That's what it's about. It's about being consistent and committed and faithful and focused. And that's what you've been. And that's why it's going to continue to grow and get better. So don't stop. Don't stop.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm not. Keep going, y'all.
Man, I got to tell you this. Can I tell you about the movie that I just finished? So my brother Quincy J. Trent wrote a movie called Till Death Do Us, starring Darren Henson, Maisha Carter, myself, Antoine McKay, Leon Rogers, and Falana Sanders, Thea Camara, Tiffany J. Curtis. I'm telling you, the list goes on and on. David Leonard, Justin Dorsey. It's some dope actors in this movie. And they're doing a screening on the 29th, a premiere. But it's one of those things
This month?
No, 29th of November.
Oh, okay.
And it's so refreshing to do good work, inspirational work, work with a message. And I'm going to tell you right now, we always try to keep up with Hollywood and what they want and things like that. But you got to stay true to who you are. Yes. And that's what you do with your show. You stay true to who you are. And that's what I endeavor to stay true to who I am.
Definitely. And salute to you on your show.
Oh, yeah. My movie is coming out. Well, not my talk show, but my movie coming out, too.
Okay.
Growing.
Yes.
So
and I recently had Antoine McKay on. Him and his wife. So, yeah.
That's my man.
Yeah.
McKay
That's
and
my
Michi.
acting coach. He was my acting coach for 3 years.
Oh, really?
He's still my acting coach.
Okay. We're gonna be doing a workshop coming up. So hopefully in a few weeks. So we're gonna see how that goes.
Definitely. So salute to that.
Thank you.
Yes. And Quincy, I had seen his
You at the last movie.
Yeah,
premiere.
Fatal Witness.
Fatal Witness.
Shout out to him. That was a very good movie. Very good movie. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna come to that one. November 29th.
November 29th. Yeah.
So are tickets on sale for that?
Tickets just went on sale.
Okay.
And when you get it, let me know. I'm your hookup. I'm your guy.
Hey.
Get your tag. Sit me.
I'll be there, Quincy. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm excited though. I'm excited about what's going on. And even in the midst of some ups and downs in life, people see you. And they don't know what's going on with you personally. Like I always tell people, I do the daily motivation, and I put up, and I say sometimes the motivators need to be motivated.
Sorry,
see y'all out. See y'all.
y'all.
Y'all can watch the rest later.
Yep.
So Moubra, so I can turn it off, right? So we can. I tagged you in it too.
Okay, perfect.
They're gonna be mad.
But see, that's why
but that's good.
They gotta come back and find out.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
you
how
see
it
the
is.
whole interview, nigga. Go watch it.
You gotta tune back in. About 1 to 2 weeks.
There it is.
Yeah.
So man, I'm excited to be here.
And then there's another project that we're both in. You want to talk about it?
Well, some heist movie.
Yeah. With the amazing, talented Bo G.
Bo G. Let me tell you something about this movie. When I read this one, so I'm full disclosure. Anytime somebody I don't really know come to me with a script, I'm like, people want to do a movie. I applaud that, but I'm not always going to be a part of it.
That's true.
And I'm like, and he told me about it a while ago, and then I thought it was a done. But then here it comes again, back, rearing his head. And I'm like, let me read the script. And I read this script, and I was like, gee.
Yep.
Bo G, this script is the real deal. Like it got action, it got drama, it got suspense, It's a really good movie.
It is.
And it's just like, sometimes you have to step up to help people achieve their goals and their dreams. Because and I'm going to say this, I hope people don't steal it because I've been saying it, but it's something I've been working on for like 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do a piece on the power of partnership.
Mm.
People don't understand how important partnership
Yes.
is. You want to do everything yourself, but you can't.
You cannot.
You cannot step in your lane and prosper in your lane and grab somebody that can help you and they see the vision and willing to do what they do to help push the vision and let them know how it's going to benefit everyone involved. Don't get me started.
No, but it's true though.
Don't get me
it's
started.
True.
Yeah.
And definitely shout out to Bo G. Did you ever watch his Cap and Gown?
I did. Bo G doing his thing, man. He's on and Bo G has a dope story. And one day maybe he'll let me sit down and we can tell it like he know what I'm talking about if he did it. But he has a dope story, man, and it's just one of those things. Your story is necessary. Everyone has a story, man.
And he keeps
you
it
just
real.
got to be willing to tell it.
Yep.
Don't worry about what nobody thinks. Know in your heart what you're delivering is real and from your heart, and it's going to it's going to transcend, and it's going to make an impact somewhere.
There you go. Exactly.
So yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about your movie, The Roman, right?
Oh yeah, Roman.
Yeah,
So Roman has been like 7 years in the making, like literally. But it was one of those things. Alvern Ball and Aaron Lewis, they're the writers.
Okay.
We did a little piece together, a couple of pieces, and then I was like, man, we got to do this Roman. We got to do it. And I kind of grabbed the bull by the horns, and they let me go with it. So I'm this matador right now, and I'm directing the bull, and it's like, let's go get it.
Okay.
And I stepped out on faith, and I got people that I worked for and with, and people I know could bring this to pass.
Right.
And when I say we got a hit, we got a hit from the acting to the look to the sound to the music to the production. Everything is tight. There's no thing. You know how when you do it, you be like, oh, well, next time I'm going to get that right. No, for me, my first one out the gate that I was a part of and spearheaded had to be right out the gate.
Right.
My sister over here know about that perseverance. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. It's real.
It's true.
You don't come,
Right.
It is. But Roman is going to be dope. So I'm looking forward to it. And
when is that going to come out?
It did 2023.
Okay.
Because I can't say this year because it's only 2 months
Right.
this year. But we're gonna. I'm submitted to the ABFF and a couple other festivals. But I have some people biting on the distribution, so it's gonna come. It's coming out.
Now that's your very first film, right?
That I spearheaded. Yes.
Okay.
That I spearheaded. Yes.
Okay. That's just the first of many.
Yeah. And I co-directed it. I started off directing it, and I directed half of it because it became too much. Because I was starring in it, and I was directing, and I was producing. So I had to be the one making sure all the actors got what they needed, that they got paid, that the food was there, everything, the locations. It was too much. So
There's a lot that
Antoine
goes behind the
McKay
scenes.
came on it. He co-directed it with me.
Okay.
And so that was dope. And
Shout out to you, Antoine.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where all the actors brought it, man. Frederick Williams, Frederick Paul Williams, Edward Williams III, David Leonard, Roger Washington. All of them, man. It was just dope. So yeah, so it was dope.
Amazing. So give me your top 3. What advice would you give to any upcoming young man or woman who's trying to do what you do?
Okay, here we go. You gotta have staying power. You gotta have staying power and thick skin. That's one. Okay. You have to don't get in it to want to be famous.
Right. Yes.
Don't want to be famous and want to do the work.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch, but I'm just gonna give you that. You can get the rest when you take my my acting workshop.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. But you got to know these things before you step into it.
Definitely.
It's about being real. It's not about being famous.
Yep.
It's about doing the work and really, really, really wanting to do it.
That is so true.
Yeah.
So true. Gems right there, you guys. You gotta come into it for the right reasons.
You have to.
Because so many people come in for the wrong reasons and
Mm-hmm.
it don't work. It don't work.
You have to.
It doesn't work. So, what else are you working on right now?
Oh man, I did a commercial that's gonna be releasing.
Mm-hmm.
I did To Death Do Us, which is gonna be coming out. I got Roman coming out.
Mm-hmm. Busy.
Yeah, and I'm still doing a bunch of speaking engagements,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to Milwaukee to do to spearhead a conference for Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, greatest fraternity in the world. Woo! Blue fight. And but it's just I'm just staying focused, and I'm gonna try to put out a couple more books, and I'm gonna be doing something, guys. I can't say it right now because I'm waiting for the particulars to get set in place. But everyone knows I work in a community. Everyone knows I work with kids in the school. I coach. During COVID, I was out serving the elderly and giving food and doing. You came and got a COVID test. You did.
I sure did.
Moubra came and got a COVID. I was giving COVID tests and doing all that stuff. And there's a lot of stuff I do for the community and with the community. And there's something big that I'm going to be doing that involves the community. But I can't say anything until like everything is in place.
Right.
All I can say right now is when it happens, I'm speaking into existence. I just need support. And it's one of those things where it's just about giving back.
There you go.
It's about giving back. I'm not a politician, don't want to be a politician, but I can step in this realm where I can help my community, my city, do better, get better, have better. And in order for us to change the narrative and bridge the gap, we have to step up and do our part. You cannot change the narrative. You cannot bridge the gap if there's no communication. So something big is coming, guys. And you guys, I think when you guys see it, you're not going to be shocked because it's what I do anyway. So, but I'm going to step into it.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question, because you are also a family man.
Yes, I am.
With a wife and children.
Yeah.
How?
Big ass kids.
He's a big ass kids. But how do you balance all that you do and then
it's hard.
Family life?
It's hard. It really is. It's hard. It's hard because I do so much. It requires time for me to be gone.
Yeah.
It's it's oh my goodness, it's true. But I always try to find that time, with my wife and with my kids, and sometimes it's sparingly, and I feel bad. But I'm trying to anybody that wants to make a difference, anybody that's a leader, anybody that's walking in excellence, something's going to sacrifice. And just like I don't take it lightly, I was voted one of the top 25 most influential leaders in Chicago. Like, I don't take that lightly. I had no idea that was coming. It was a result of me just doing, I'm getting the chills. It was a result of me just doing what I do.
What you love to do.
And I'm for real about it. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I F up. But at the end of the day, my heart is right. I know what I'm trying to do. I know I'm trying to go. And everything I do is to educate, motivate, and inspire. And trust me, I make mistakes, but I pick myself up. And I dust myself off, and I say I'm sorry, and I keep going, and I still show love. I still try to show respect, and I still try to be a strong family man, community man, a strong friend. I always tell people I love them. And people be looking at me like, why you say you love me? I said, because I love you enough to want to see you be your best.
There you go.
People do really mean, come on, man, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all them people died for us. They didn't know me. They didn't know me from a can of paint.
Right.
But they were willing to sacrifice their life so I can have something that means a lot to me.
That's true.
And that's why it makes me upset, and it really hurts me when our people don't see that.
Yeah.
I tell black and brown people all the time, if we came together, we will be so powerful. It is ridiculous. And I don't blame anybody but us. And that's real talk. I blame me when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. People have tried to block us.
Oh, yeah.
People have stood in our way.
Yep.
People have shot us down. People have tried to take us out.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, if you're still standing, if you're still breathing, you have the ability to change the narrative.
Yep.
And how do we do that? By working together.
Yep, as a team.
So,
not
hey.
hating on each other.
I never liked haterade anyway.
Nope. I'm all about that positivity.
Exactly. Come on now. You always been that way.
Exactly.
I got a question for you.
Oh.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why do you do this? Why do you bring because it's not just about bringing people on your show.
Nope.
Because if you want to have a show, you just sit here and just talk your ass off and then just have a show.
That's right.
You're bringing people on to highlight what they're doing, to showcase what they're doing, because you want to see them do better. I know this because I know you. Why do you do this?
You just said it. So I started this platform going on 5 years now to do just that. Because, being on set, being an actress, and, I wanted to, it started out just for us actors and actresses, filmmakers, producers, because we have so much dope talent here in Chicago. So I started this platform as a way to give back to those, including you, who mentored me, got me started, and just to highlight the amazing talent that we have right here in Chicago. We have such amazing authors, entrepreneurs, graphic designers, you name it, and, I feel like we are slept on.
Yeah, we are.
We are slept on.
We definitely are.
Being on set, it's like all these actors and, on these Chicago shows, not to knock my LA actors, but it's like, we have I be on set and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm from Chicago, California. Like, okay, well, what about us Chicago folks?
Yeah, you're right.
So that's why I started it.
It's so funny, Maubra. I vividly remember when I first started. I remember being an extra.
Yep. Me too.
I remember sitting in the extras holding, sitting there with all these extras, sitting there for hours, don't get no camera time, don't do nothing. Like, it was hilarious. I was like, wow, I want to do this. I'm like, this is, and I'm watching, I'm like, I'm looking, it was the first movie I was an extra on was a Christmas movie with Vince Vaughn.
Oh, okay.
And I was downtown sitting there. It was cold outside too. And I'm like, man, what is going on in this? I said, man, I don't know about this. But I humbled myself and I said, you know what? Everybody had to start somewhere.
Yep.
And I would go and I would be an extra. I would go and be an extra. I go and be an extra. And I just kept doing that and whatever, and keep doing it. And then I remember I booked something. I was like, whoa. And then I was like, and it was that, but it's one of those things where that's what I remember. I tell people I remember what it's like to be here, but I tell people you have to pay the price. I remember one thing that really kept me together: coming to America. Cuba Gooding Jr. Didn't say one word in that movie. He sat his black self in that barber chair and smiled like a goofy. I was like, okay, look at Cuba. Angela Bassett. The movie Kindergarten Cop. Angela Bassett. Do y'all remember seeing her in that movie? What was she? She was a flight attendant.
Yeah.
A flight attendant. Angela Bassett. And then I'll never forget my man that played the Joanna Man. I forget what movie it was in, but he was an extra. Megan Good in Friday. Okay. The little girl that just said, "Ooh, I hate him." I'm just saying. Guys, don't despise humble beginnings. Yeah. You gotta start somewhere. Yes, some people get a break. Yes, some people move faster. It doesn't matter. You have to be consistent. It's a shirt. You have to stay consistent and committed, faithful and focused. I'm gonna wear this shirt tomorrow.
There you go.
Look, you have to. Yeah. And remember, remember, consistency equals victory.
Ooh, I like that. Consistency. I like that. Yeah.
Be symbolic.
There you go.
Simply your best. Y'all can say that. I'm telling you, I want y'all to say it. I got kids walking through the schools with Be Symbolic hoodies and t-shirts. The teachers wearing it. People hit me up. But it's a thing where it didn't start off as a clothing line. It started off as me just wearing Be Symbolic when I went to speak. And people are like, man, that's clean. What that mean? And I tell them, simply your best.
There you go.
Being deeply rooted stimulates growth. Man, I like that. And now you got kids, people saying be symbolic. Who don't want to be their best?
Exactly.
That's mine. The little dumb kid from the west side. I'm saying the kid they call dumb. I don't care if only And it's all out in Africa now.
Mhm.
My people in Africa got some people, some
Oh,
knowledge.
there you go.
Nigeria. So I mean, come on, man. Don't tell me what you can't do.
There you go. Because you can do it.
Yes.
You can do it. Plain and simple.
No matter how it looks, no matter how it feels, no matter how it sounds.
You can do it.
I know this sister behind the camera's like, this ain't playing. I'm for real about it.
It's true.
Let me tell you something.
It's true though.
If you can't feel my passion, your wood is wet.
Yep.
Your wood is wet, and you better go somewhere and you better dry it off so it can start burning. Because you ain't gonna have no wet wood around me. Because I'm gonna always ignite a fire. I can't help it. It's who I am. I can be dead dog tired. And when we get started, you better believe I'm gonna be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and trying to give you something that you're going to remember. I don't care if it's one word. You're gonna remember something. You're gonna remember.
But you're gonna bring with that one word.
Something.
Okay? Exactly. All right. Give me your actors, producers, directors that you would want to work with, that you have not worked with, dead or alive. Give me your top 5, actually.
Man. So I've always wanted to work with Adam Sandler. I think the dude is a genius. He's an idiot genius. And I mean idiot in the most positive way I can say it. He's just hilarious.
He is. He's
I would love to work with him. Mario Van Peebles.
Yes. I miss him on it.
Man, I got so many stories. Mario Van Peebles. And you know who I would love to work with? Sandra Bullock.
Oh, yes.
Sandra Bullock and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. I used to have the biggest crush on the 2 white women. Let me tell you. No, but they're dope actors.
Oh, yeah. Especially.
But when they were younger, though, and even Jamie Lee Curtis, as she got older, she was still a sexy old woman. And like, you always got your... But it was funny. I got to meet Sandra Bullock. Like, not really talk to her, but I got to meet her when I was in L.A.
Okay.
And I'm just a cool person. But it's a lot of people, man. Mario Van Peebles, first time I auditioned for Chicago PD. He was in the room.
Okay.
And I walked out. He followed me out. He said, "Hey, come here." He said, "You got it."
He's such a cool.
And I was like, "What?" I didn't get that role. But he told me, he said, "No matter what happens today, you got it. I see it." And I was like, "Wow,
he's amazing.
That's Mario Van Peebles."
She's amazing.
I didn't book that one, but I booked the next one.
There
and I
you
booked
go.
2 more guest starring roles on Chicago PD. You know
And
what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, it's just one. It's a lot of people. I just named
need
a
one
few.
more.
But I did 3.
No, I said 5.
You said.
I did 3 and I said, no, give me 5.
Oh, see, I ain't hear that.
So one more.
You know I love to work with Denzel. Oh my God. Sidney Poitier. Come on, somebody. Oh man. It's just I would love to work with my dog, The Rock.
Ooh.
Like I met The Rock before. That was a hell of an experience.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of people, man. I want to work with my brother Carl Seaton.
Oh yeah.
I had Carl on my show, and I got to put that interview back up. I keep saying I'm gonna do it, but I would love to work with Carl. And I worked with a lot of Chicago directors.
Yeah.
I would love to work with him.
Okay.
And and I want to work. I got to work with my boy Dave Shanks because that's who brought me in the fold. So yeah, there's a lot of different people. I can go on and on, but
Nice. Okay.
And I'm not naming the ones I've already worked with, like Mark Harris and Chris Nolan and people like that. But there's a.
But shout out to y'all too.
But I'm saying shout out to y'all. But I'm saying you said people I haven't worked with.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. So Simple, how can people reach out to you, find you?
Everything is
Book you.
Simeon at Simeon Henderson. You need somebody to come and speak at your job, your place of work, a school, a graduation. And you just need somebody to come and motivate your kids. That's what I do. My book, Through the Eyes of a Man, is on Amazon. And my new book is on there too. The challenge, the 30-day refocus challenge. It's just taking 5 minutes a day to refocus and commit yourself to your goals and your purpose. And just follow me on social media at Simeon Henderson. YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm trying to build that. And we got to get good words out there, people.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff out there. Come on, follow some good stuff sometimes. So I'm asking you guys to support. And if you can, on November 29th, We have the movie Till Death Do Us. It's going to be at the Lake Street Theater in Oak Park by Quincy J. Trent, starring Darian Henson, myself, Maisha Carter, Antoine McKay, Leon Rogers, Thea Camara, Falana Sanders, a great cast, Jocelyn Dorsey, David Leonard, and just support guys and let them know if you get tickets. Let me know that you ordered your tickets, so I can get credit for inviting y'all. And just come hang out, man. Follow me on social media. I always put up the encouraging words of the day because I want to see you guys win. All right? Peace.
Well, you know I
go
can't
Mob
let
to all my frat brothers.
Go Mob. You know I can't let you go without your gift.
I get something.
Of course.
I was doing this. I ain't think I get nothing.
Of course. Get your On the Scene t-shirt.
Now, all y'all that know me, I know what y'all saying. That t-shirt too big for Simeon.
That's okay.
And I already told Maubra I wear a large, so she gonna get me a large.
I'm gonna get him,
and I'm gonna rock it.
That's
and I'm
he always does.
My muscles gonna be out and everything, but this I can wear this to the gym, maybe. No, but I love the shirt. On the scene.
On the scene.
On the scene, everybody.
Yeah.
Hashtag on the scene, and big shout out. Big shout out. Oh, a mask too.
Oh yeah,
oh, come
it's
on,
a pandemic. Yeah, we still gotta be safe. Yeah, see. On the scene, y'all. Gotta protect yourself. See, he got it on.
Dope. I got it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I want to give a big shout out to Mob Up Records.
Hey.
Maria doing her thing at Mob Up Records. I love this whole shebang. Is there a music studio in there too?
Mm-hmm.
So I got, my son does music, my niece does music, and I got a couple of students I work with. So I would love to connect with Mob Up Music to get the youth in, to get them a couple of sessions so they can see a real studio and give them some ambitions and goals to do something better and different. So
there you go. That's dope.
Shout out to Mr. Gino Galera for making that
shout
possible.
out to Gino.
Shout out to
Mr. Gino Galera.
Gino Galera. Gino Galera. ¿Cómo estás? Mi hermano, mucho gusto. Gracias for everything. I'm by Negro, if y'all know.
He said by Negro.
Me llamo Simón. Te hablo español un poquito.
Okay, un poquito.
Sí.
Está bien. All right, y'all. Thank you again, Simbo, for gracing my platform. Finally.
No, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's an honor. I salute you, congratulate you. You know I support you. Definitely will be there on the 29th. So.
Okay, cool. And Maria over there yawning, so I think I saw that. She was like, somebody. Just remember, somebody always sees. She was over there. She was like this. She was like,
don't do that.
No floja, mija. No floja.
You definitely got to come on and hang back.
Oh yes,
come on and join us again.
I'm gonna jump on the next interview just so you know.
And hang with us again soon.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I like the cool pictures too, man. That's dope.
Yes.
She got. Who was that?
I don't know. I think that's Mr.
Ain't it amazing how I still look?
Chicago,
I still look the same at 60 years old.
Wow.
You know, 60.
No, you're not. You're 35. Teach us. Y'all. Don't believe that.
Teach us how you stay.
Anyway, y'all, thank you so much once again for tuning in to another dope episode of On the Scene. I appreciate all the love and support. Stay tuned. We'll be back next week. Thank you again. Have a great weekend. We are out.
On the scene. Big
On the
shout.
scene.